The classic experience, whether you be playing a calming game of E-Dater Simulator, or aggressively playing Creativity the game like you just snorted a line of pixie sticks. A classic experience is just the straight game. Nothing more, nothing less. Just like your classic scoop of vanilla ice cream. But some people like theirs with toppings on it. They want sprinkles, they want fudge. They may be psychopaths and want full gummy worms in their ice cream, so while you're trying to eat your soft vanilla ice cream, you get a hard bite of frozen stone gummy worm. Actual psychopaths. The classic or vanilla game may not be your forte, so that's why mods exist. Mods can add major or minor things that make the game feel better. For example, Minecraft. Minecraft has some mods that add minor things that just add to the survival experience. Biomes O'Plenty, for example, adds many different kinds of biomes that just make the world feel more alive. Subnautica is a good example, with there being mods that completely change the way you go around the world. Whether it be a more speedy or tanky vehicle, to a Leviathan the size of my forehead. I mentioned Minecraft, and when most people think of games with the best mod, people tend to think of Minecraft, which does have very good mods. Dungeons that sprawl deep into the caves, bosses that test your might, a minor mob that should really already be in the game. But when I think of the best mods, I think of the ones that complement the game perfectly. Something that fits in seamlessly and adds to the overall experience without putting the standard game on the line. When I think of it, the only thing that comes to mind is Terraria.
Yo, yo, yo! Ah!
Now, what is Terraria, as all two of you might say to yourself, seeing that over 44 million copies have been sold? An extremely short description that I could give is the Moonlord, or Cthulhu, is rising, and you must slay him to keep the land of Terraria safe. On your adventure, you pick up a class, whether it be melee, ranger, mage, or summoner. You collect or forge armors and weapons that progress with every boss, furthering your placement in the world and inching you all the way to the final stand with the Moonlord himself. Out of all the mods that exist out there, two stick out more than the others. Fargo's Soul and Fargo's Mutants are two mods that I'm going to count as one mod, and its purpose was to make every boss a bullet hell and see how long it takes you before you curl up and cry. Fargo's main goal is to make things, more specifically crafting souls and enchantments, which are accessories that provide you with huge buffs. Ultimately, you're working to make the most insane accessory, the Soul of Eternity, which has a crafting recipe so large I need a microscope to see every item I need in the crafting tree. This mod is notoriously a bullet hell sim, and is incredibly hard because of it. The thing that makes the bosses worth the challenge are the unique weapons they now drop, and the powered up versions you can make that are simply the strongest weapons I've ever seen in a game. The weapons are so powerful that they cause games to lag. The final boss in the game is the Mutant, and to say this guy is challenging is a disrespect to whoever coded this thing. Whoever coded this thing, they don't want you to have a good time. It is by far the most insane boss I have ever seen, because just the amount of sheer projectiles that are flying on the screen. What am I supposed to, what are you supposed to do in this situation? What are you supposed to do? There is like 2 millimeters of breathing room. However, Fargo's Souls cannot compare to the mod. Welcome to Calamity. The pinnacle of Terraria mods, and the one that made me want to start making this video. Calamity adds a plethora of new bosses. It adds new biomes and a new class, the Rogue. Along with all of that, there's a huge stage after the Moonlord, which is much more in depth than Fargo's. Having to fight some of the sickest bosses and making the vanilla ones more challenging, there's no wonder why this mod stands out so much. There are 3 bosses that stand out. The Devourer of Gods, which is a worm boss that is a danger to my mental health. Yaron the Jungle Dragon, aside from having the best mod music, he also has a pretty enjoyable boss fight. You know, when you're not dying in a fiery inferno. And finally, the Exomechs, which are the mechanical bosses, but if they were on some illegal substance. I have nothing to say about them, just look at the footage. Finally, Calamity, the Brimstone Witch. The final boss, the last thing that stands in your way. Every push you made was to lead up to that fight. The story of Calamity is completely different to the standard game, given to you in the form of little lore souls. And honestly, I kinda wish normal Terraria had something similar to this, because trying to figure out the story is about as hard as 100%ing Ark's Explorer notes without cheating. Every boss you slay, every attempt you make really feels like a push forward. Even learning the new boss mechanics or just trying to figure out what items you need feels like a big step up. I consider Calamity as one of the best mods for how much it just feels like a real version of Terraria without being too out of place, because most, if not all, the Calamity bosses take place after the Moonlord fight. The honorable mentions for this video are Starlight River and Thorium. More so Thorium, because I thought it was fantastic to play through, even though my series was supposed to be a duo stream. It was super enjoyable. I found my playthrough to be an amazing time, which I streamed on my channel. And to Starlight River, it's just, look at it, it's just gorgeous. But I haven't played that yet, so I can't really form much of an opinion on those, but from what I've seen, it is beautiful, and I'll definitely be playing it sometime. It even got recommended to me on stream one time. Although Terraria may not be seen as having the best mods by some people, I will say that out of all the mods that I have played, Terraria's was the only one that felt like a part of the game. Minecraft mods never really felt right. Something always felt too different. I don't hate other mods. Modded Titanfall and Modded Minecraft are great and a ton of fun, and honestly, some of the mods deserve a video of their own. With that being said, thank you for making it to the end of the video. I spent a good amount of time working on this, and I am happy about how it turned out. I'm fully flipping this channel, as I'm actually going to be putting time into this. I'm on the cusp of 500 subscribers, and it would really mean a lot if I go there before December, so please consider. It's free. It's look at the subscriber numbers. There's a lot of stuff. And while you're out of full screen, a like would also be appreciated. Thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you soon.